Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. If you ever get in a bind where you're locked out of your car and you can't get in because the key fob doesn't work or the battery's dead, there's a couple of tools you may want to have on hand just in case that happens. Let's jump right into it and see what I'm talking about. See you right after this. Now, if the battery's dead because the car's been sitting for a few days like this car was, you definitely want a battery jump starter kit. That's the black device. It's a 1500 peak amp 12 volt jump starter with about 400 cranking amps. That's enough power to get most vehicles started, no problem. Some also have female DC receptacles on them to charge accessories or anything with a 12 volt DC plug. The green device is the battery tester, but not just a voltmeter or multimeter. This one can tell you whether the battery is good, whether it's good but still needs a recharge or it may fail again. It can tell you whether it doesn't have a strong enough charge even to tell if it's good or bad, or whether the battery needs replacing completely because it fails the cranking amp test. Having a lockout kit is also a sign of very high intelligence. I mean, the inflatable door wedge or air wedge that pries the door open with a few pumps, just enough to slide the rod in to open the door handle or unlock the door, is genius. Got to get one of those. Okay.
Watch out.
Okay.
Can we go open the door?
Now the battery's not that old, but let's see what condition it's in. With the engine off, a fully charged battery should measure 12.6 volts. With the engine running, the voltage should rise to 13.5 to 14.5 volts due to the alternator kicking in. All right.
No voltage, 4.3 voltage.
Oh, that's not good at all. That's good, at least 12, 14, right?
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and start it up.
What's it reading now? Now that it's cranked up.
14.4.
Okay, so the system's giving a reading that it's charging normal, meaning that the alternator's working. But it's not a guarantee that it'll stay charged, so I'm gonna run it for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm gonna drive it around and see where we stand. Rest assured, if you shut the hood and leave it alone like everything's okay just because it started up, you're gonna wake up to a dead battery in the morning. Okay, so I drove it around for about an hour, hour and a half. Let's check it out, see what's going on. I'm just going to use a regular voltmeter this time. So I'm going to turn the dial to volts DC because the battery is giving out DC current only. So we're not looking for anything over 14.5 volts. So we're going to go to 20 on the dial to get an accurate reading. So we got about 12.5 volts while the engine is off, which is what we want. Now I'm going to turn the engine on and see what we got. Okay, so we got about 14.2 volts, which means the alternator's working. So that's a good thing. We don't have to replace the battery or recharge it either. Okay guys, something else you may want to check if your car's been sitting is your tire pressure. Your tires may get low if your car's been sitting there for a long time, especially if the tire had a slow leak already. So when we're getting ready to put air in our tires, we tend to look at the PSI that's on the tire. That's how much pounds per square inch of air that we have to put in the tire. That says max pressure, 49 PSI. But you don't necessarily want to go by that. You want to look inside the driver's side door and read this label on here. It's specific to the brand of car you have. So right here it says tire and loading information. And of course you got the tire symbol. It says tire right here. And it says front, rear, and spare. Okay, it gives you all the information for those tires. It tells you the type of tire, and it tells you the PSI to put in the tire. So for the front tires, you want to put 38 PSI in your tire. For the rear tires, it's 38 PSI as well. So don't necessarily go by what it says on the tire. Go by what it says on this label right here. That'll tell you. The PSI on the actual tire is what the tire can handle under extreme heat or maximum load. Now here's another tool when it comes to checking your tires. It's called a tire gauge. And this will give you an accurate reading on what your tire pressure is. So all you have to do is take off the cap off of your stem here. Put the tire gauge on the tire like that. And that'll stick out just like you saw right there. Take it off and you can tell what the tire pressure is. Looks about 35, 36. So you should always have one of these in your car. And it's easy to lose these caps sometimes. So tire gauges usually come with 4 extra stem caps just in case you lose them or got to replace them. All right, guys, just a couple of tips and tools in case you get stranded out there or you get locked out of your car. Nobody likes when that happens. I know I don't. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. If you learned something from the video, don't forget to go to Calibrate.com. Great way to support the channel. We got some great products out there. Holidays are coming up. Check it out. Sign up for the email list while you're there. See you next time.